All right, you guys, are you ready to taste this? I'm ready. I'm so ready to try this. Okay, let's get y'all situated. All right, so I heated it up in the microwave so that I could heat up the blueberries and stuff so they'd be nice and hot. All right, I am so excited about this. Now, I was struggling to blend. The sweet potato is really thick, a lot thicker than the bananas that I normally use, so you know, it is what it is. All right, let's taste this, shall we? It smells absolutely delicious, by the way. All right. I ain't no chef. But I be cooking, y'all. One thing about me, I'm gonna cook all vegan, full of protein, because of the soy milk, the oatmeal. I did that. Alright, damn. Damn, I did that shit. Hold on, let me get one more bite. Oh my gosh. Let me show you guys. So y'all can see what it looks like on the inside. Look at that. Alright. You know it's good when I do a little dance, when I do a little two-step, that's how you know it's good. If I don't do all that, then you know it was alright, but it wasn't the best. Yeah, it's good. Which one do I prefer? The banana or the sweet potato? The sweet potato. I think the sweet potato, they turned out better. I really do. I think the sweet potato version, this version right here, hands down better than the banana version. Yep. Hands down. Hands down. I think because the sweet potato is just more sweet than the banana. But, alright. I'm going to finish eating these. These are delicious. I still had some left. I already put it in the fridge. I had enough for one more. So what I'll do tomorrow is I'll put it on the waffle maker again. But I'll probably add a little sweet potato, add a little more soy milk so I can get 2 waffles out of it. But yeah, that was good. All right, y'all. I will see y'all at the gym for my pre-workout meal. I'm going to do the same thing that y'all saw yesterday with the chickpeas and the Ezekiel bread. I'll do 3 slices of that. I'll see y'all at the gym. All right, I made it. I feel great. Nothing is sore. No body aches of any kind. No knee aches. No shoulder aches. No nothing. I am just ready to work out. Posing real quick. So I'm really starting to fall in love. You can start to see my quads on the side of my thigh, the outer side. So I'm loving that. Loving it, loving it. Back looking great. Getting rid of that last bit of back fat around my sports bra area. It's only a little bit, but slowly but surely it's making its way out. All right, so I wanted to hit quads today, and somebody was on the belt squat. So I was like, okay, well, we haven't done back squats in a very long time. I don't do back squats without the Smith machine. I just don't. I was doing it before like a year ago, and I just kind of stopped. It was just kind of uncomfortable for me and my knees, and it just wasn't for me. So that's okay. Hitting back squats on the Smith machine, it allows me to be more stable, and I can just focus on hitting my quads and not worry too much about my core. Like, still engaging my core, but it's just quote unquote easier than no Smith. But here we are. So I have my heels elevated on 25-pound plates, and just trying to get as deep into the squat as possible. I've noticed that my depth has gotten better since training with my trainer and doing my mobility stuff. I'm getting past 90 degrees, so that's a plus. And just really trying to keep squatting. So like as soon as I come up, trying to just get right back down into the next one. But these were hard, and I believe I had a 35 and a 25 on each side. Then I'm supersetting that with some lawn mowers or dumbbell row, bent over dumbbell row. I have a 55-pound dumbbell here, and really trying to get that full extension at the bottom before I pull up, and really just trying not to twist my body when pulling. kind of like a lawnmower. That's why my trainer calls them lawnmowers. See, I thought they were just called bent over dumbbell rows, but he calls them lawnmowers. So that's what we're doing here. And I believe I'm trying to hit 12 on each side. And when I'm doing my supersets, you guys, I don't take too long of a break in between each movement. So right after I got off of the Smith machine, I adjusted my camera real quick and I was back moving within 30 to 45 seconds, like really not too long of a break here. And just really trying to knock this out. Nice, slow and controlled, and not rotating my body. All right, so what better time than the present to do some abs? So someone had adjusted this to the steepest decline it could possibly be. So I was like, this is perfect. So I'm starting, I think I hit 15 here. Just really trying to knock them out at a pretty quick pace. And then, and you guys will see in a few, I was like, let's throw in some shoulders. So what I ended up doing was grabbing a 25-pound plate, and when I come up for the sit-up, raising the plate over my head and knocking out, I believe, 12 to 15 reps like that. So yeah, I tried to make this full body for real. And the sit-ups were a little easy too. That's why I was like, okay, I feel like I need some weight here. Like this isn't, I mean, I'm moving, it's, you know, I'm sweating, yeah, but how can we make this more challenging? That was what I was asking myself. Let's go hard or go home, right? We're here, so let's go all out. So I grabbed the 25-pound dumbbell and started doing the shoulder raises. Alright, so set number 2, I ended up adding a 10 to each side. I also noticed that when I do squats, my first rep of any set is never the deepest. It's like my knees need a second to adjust. Because by the time I hit squats again, it's been like 3 or 4 minutes that have passed. So my first rep is never as deep as reps 2 through however many I'm doing. These definitely got a lot harder once I added more weight, which was the point. And so I decided to stay at this weight. After this set, I did not go up in weight here. I also didn't want to irritate my back with too much weight on my back. So, you know, just again, still trying to get deep into the squat, trying to pace myself. And yeah, these were still very tough. I also went up in weight here, so I grabbed a 65 and knocked those out. It's all about progressive overload. Sometimes I'll progressive overload. Sometimes I'll do drop sets. Sometimes I stick to the same weight. I really just make sure I listen to my body, which is what I tell you guys to do. The 55s from set 1, I could have did more than the 12 that I did. And so because I knew that, I was like, okay, that means I can go heavier or do more reps. I would rather just go heavier. Like, that's just always been me since I've been lifting. I would prefer to just go heavier and do fewer reps than to do more reps at a lighter weight. As long as I can hit 10 to 12. If it gets to the point where I can only hit 4 or 5, then that's not an efficient set in my eyes. So, that's why I went up here. And yeah, I was feeling it. And I also went up here with these sit-ups. So the first set y'all seen me do with the shoulder press, or the shoulder raise, I had a 25-pound plate. And so this time I grabbed a 35-pound plate and did sit-ups with 35-pound raise. So yeah, I really just try to push myself, because my mindset is I'm here, I showed up, so I might as well just give it all I have. I think a lot of times too, we get in our own way, we get in our own head, and we limit ourselves, which is why I like going to lift weights, because it forces me to push myself. There have been plenty of times, I shared this with you guys a few days ago, where I get used to doing a certain weight every time I do it. Like with triceps, I'm always doing 10 pounds on the cable for any tricep exercise that I do. And one day I was just like, why have I not tried 15s? Like, you know what I mean? It's because we put these limiting beliefs in our head, like, oh, I can't do that, when in fact you can. So, like I said before, sometimes you just have to try it. And as long as nothing hurts, like, you should never be in pain, but as long as nothing hurts, everything feels right. Like, push yourself, go heavier, or do more reps, or do more sets. Like, I normally just do 3 sets, but if you're feeling good, do 4 sets. It's not going to kill you, it's just going to make you stronger. And I apply that same logic with anything I do in life. Like, when it comes to making content, because that's what I do full time, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to tell myself I can't do something, because I know I can. So, I just apply that to everything that I do, and I'm always right. So, just push yourself, go all out with anything that you're trying to do. What's the word I'm looking for? Don't be like a little sissy. Like, just try it. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work, right? But at least you tried. And then in a few weeks, once you've gotten a little bit stronger, try again. It is what it is. All right, so over here we're doing underhand grip, tricep pull downs. I did, I believe, 15 on each side, 12 to 15. And yeah, I'm supersetting that with some heavy alternating dumbbell curls. I grabbed 35-pound dumbbells and just did as many as I can, and then drop set down to 30 pounds to do as many as I can. So with biceps, I do a lot of drop sets because, like, my goal, I want to be able to do 40-pound dumbbell alternating curls. That's the goal of mine. So I can do 35s for a few reps, but still can't curl a 40 yet. But that's okay, we'll get there, probably with the next bulk, whenever that is. But anyways, so, I just push myself. And for me, bicep curls, like, that burn is crazy. I can't stand the burn of a bicep curl. That hurts. Like, I have to be mentally tough to curl, especially when I get tired, and to still try to curl, like, that's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. But, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, of course. I am proud of the fact that I can curl a few reps at 35 pounds. I think that's pretty dope. I think that's just a reflection of my hard work and pushing myself. I just, I love being strong. I think that any woman can be strong. I think it's just a matter of how badly do you want to be strong, and how often are you willing to work out, and then when you do work out, how much do you push yourself? Like I said a few minutes ago, I think we just sometimes I think, like, we're just so used to doing certain things, like we just have these habits, and so we don't even realize that we're doing stuff. Like, I've seen plenty of women who I know for a fact can go heavier with the weight that they're using, but I think sometimes you just get used to putting the needle on a certain weight when you're doing anything with cables, or you're just used to grabbing a certain weight, and so you just kind of stick there. You just stay there because it's just what you're used to using, but you don't even realize, like, I probably could go heavier here, so I have to just consciously remind myself, like, okay, we've been doing X amount of weight for several weeks. It's time to progress. It's time to try something heavier. So with that type of mindset, you definitely could get strong. I know genetics has a lot to do with it too, but I just think it's more or less the fact that I push myself and that I show up every single day and that I don't make excuses. We all have excuses for days, and once you realize that you're just giving yourself an excuse, you just kind of suck it up. I think you just get mentally stronger. But yeah, I don't think I'm doing anything that another woman can't do. And I hate, like, I haven't been to a gym where I see a whole bunch of strong women. This gym I have, like, there's a lot of women here who are, like, real cut up, ripped up. Like, I've never seen that many women in a gym that, like, they look like they look like how I want to look. Like, they look great. Definitely body goals. But this is the only gym I've seen that. All the other gyms that I've been to, the women that I see at the time in which I go, they're just kind of there just to be there, they're just always working legs. Like, I've never seen them work upper body. Here, like, I be seeing women do pull-ups. Like, they're not playing any games. Like, they really work out, like, they take it seriously. So, seeing that is a whole vibe, because normally in the weight room, it's just men who really go hard, at least at the gyms I've been to. I can only speak for the ones I've been to. But, I think we can all be strong. I think sometimes women also are like, oh, I don't want to look like a man. You're not going to look like a man. I don't look like no man. A man where? And even the women that I was just talking to you guys about, you can tell they're clearly women. Like, they look great. They don't look manly. They look like women who work the fuck out. Period. All right, you guys. Great workout. Listen, I worked up an appetite. I had to eat my post-workout meal before we did this car chat. Oh my gosh. So the post-workout meal was the non-dairy yogurt, homemade granola, unsweetened coconut flakes, chocolate chips, blueberries. Y'all, I was so hungry. Normally my pre-workout meal holds me over, but I don't know what happened today. I was hungry. All right, let's see. We burned 266 calories on the Stairmaster and 821 calories with the mobility training and the actual lift. So altogether today, I've burned 1,400 calories. Not bad. Not bad if I don't say so myself. Not bad at all. Oh my gosh. I'm adjusting well to the new time. It is 2:40 p.m. So not bad. I think I got here at like 11. Sometimes I sit in the car. I pull up, sit in the car for a few minutes, let the pre-workout hit my system, and then I go in. I think I got in there at I walked in the door at 11:30. But by the time I did my pictures, go to the bathroom, I don't think I hit the Stairmaster till a little after 12. But like I said, great workout. If you want to know how to be committed to your weight loss journey or anything, you have to keep your energy high. You have to keep your energy high. I know I've talked about this so many times, but I know I have new viewers, and I'm just going to beat it in your head until you get it. Like, that is literally the secret to life. I wish I knew this before. It's literally the best. It sounds crazy, but it really is true. It really is true. The reason why I am able to show up every single day, whether that's showing up physically in the gym or just showing up physically or showing up mentally to work hard, whether it's on my business, eating clean. I'm not sitting here saying I'm perfect. I am not perfect. I tell you quick, I am not perfect at all, nor do I strive to be. I don't think perfection exists. But, hold on, make sure but what I will say, it is so much easier to stay committed and to get the shit done when you have a high level of energy. What does that mean, Jazz? What does that mean? Well, I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you asked. So, couple of things. You have to feel good about yourself. And you have to know that no matter what you have going on in life, it's going to work out. If you don't feel good about yourself, meaning you feel anxious, depressed, lonely, frustrated, stressed, bored, unmotivated, you're not going to stick to your goals. Whatever those goals are, you're not going to stick to it because you have negative energy inside of you and it's holding you back. To feel good about yourself means you feel positive, you feel motivated, you feel ambitious, you feel productive, you feel optimistic as hell, you feel confident in yourself. What else? I think that's a good amount of adjectives there. You feel at peace. Yeah. So how do you get this feel good energy? A lot of things. One, I eat better. I eat clean. I prioritize my sleep. I do things that make me happy and make me look forward to waking up every day. I wish I could. I told you guys, when I was working my 9 to 5, 4.5 years ago, I didn't have this feel good energy because I hated the job. Okay, I hated the job, the environment. Sorry. I hated the job. The environment was toxic. I didn't feel fulfilled. And that whole Monday through Friday thing just wasn't for me. So I never really felt good about myself. But once I started living my life, doing what I love to do, which is make content. You guys know I love being a content creator. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's how I'm able to do this every day because I truly love it. When you wake up and you're doing something that you love to do every single day, you feel more motivated than ever. And I don't know, I wasn't on this journey when I was working, So, I can't sit here and say I was I was failing at weight loss, to say the least. That's when I was yo-yo dieting, losing weight, gaining back, losing weight, gaining back. Another thing that you need to do to keep your feel good energy is you got to go get some counseling, man. You have to prioritize your mental health. I say this over and over and over again because mental health is really the new wealth, y'all. It is really the new wealth. It's not money. It's not freedom. It is mental health, because you could have all the money in the world. You could have all the time in the world. But if you're not right up here, you can cancel Christmas. It ain't going to happen. You're going to be sitting around miserable and bringing everyone around you down. You have got to lock into some counseling. You're not above counseling. You're not above therapy. You're not too good for it. Everyone could use some damn counseling. I think we all crazy. I think we all crazy. We all got some shit with us. We all have some shit with us, y'all. We all have some shit with us. But counseling is going to make you unlock some things about yourself that you didn't know. It's going to make you realize things that you are probably still holding on to, and you don't even realize you're holding on to it. A lot of the bad habits that you have are your coping mechanisms. See, you probably didn't know that. And it's going to boost your self-confidence over time. Because I tell y'all this, if you don't think you're capable of doing something, honey, you ain't going to do it because you don't think you can. So who am I to tell you what you think you know? You think that you can't lose weight. All right. Then that's what you think. I mean, I tell you that you can. I tell you that the results I've gotten so far are the same results you can have. But if you don't believe that in yourself, like not just listening to it, but really believe in your soul, like you have to really believe in your soul that you can do this too. If you don't believe that, it's not gonna happen. Because you don't have a feel-good energy. You're not vibrating high. You don't have high levels of energy. You have low levels of energy. Everything that I'm doing in my life right now, you guys, I literally manifested years ago. I remember What the Health. When did that come out? Back in like 2017 or something? I remember I had seen that and I tried to be vegan back then. And I did it for like 6 weeks. But I don't think veganism was as popular as it is now. So a lot of the brands that are in the grocery store now, like, they didn't have that back then. So like I told y'all, I love Violife. Violife is a great non-dairy cheese replacement. I love their cream cheese. I love their cheddar cheese. I love all that. I didn't know about soy milk. My trainer got me on soy milk. So the only thing I knew was almond milk. And when it did come to cream cheese and stuff, the only brand that was in the store back then was Daria. And that shit is nasty. I don't know what it tastes like today. They could have changed their recipe, but back then, back in 2017, that shit was absolutely disgusting. And another brand that I tried was Tofutti for cream cheese. That was absolutely horrible too. So I didn't know what to eat when I was trying to be vegan back then. I didn't have my trainer back then. I was still working my 9 to 5. I was around people who were still eating meat in the break room and stuff like that. So it was just really, really hard to stick to the plan. But I did it for 6 weeks and then I gave up on it. I'm sure I lost some weight. I can't remember how much. It wasn't like anything significant. But like I said, I didn't know everything. So I was eating like a lot of soups. Yeah. Nothing like what y'all see me make today. Okay, so it was nothing like today I'm making gourmet meals. But back then, like, I just didn't know. But I wanted to do it and I failed. But I remember telling myself, one day I'm going to be a vegan. I said that. I literally said that. I literally said one day I will be vegan. And here I am, a freaking vegan. 2.5 years strong, baby. So that's what I'm saying. Literally everything in my life. I also said I was going to be very strong and muscular and I was going to look like I work out. I also said I was going to be an entrepreneur. Everything that I said I was going to do years ago, I am literally doing it today or setting up shop for the future. literally. But you're asking me, Jasmine, how do I do this? You have to feel good, y'all. You have to feel good. You have to be positive. You have to carry a feel good energy around at all times. You cannot be around negativity. When you are around negative people, negative environments, a negative soul, your mind might be negative. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I couldn't be vegan back then because I was still negative. So how was I gonna create that? And I was negative as hell. I was very pessimistic. I always saw the glass as half empty instead of half full. I was very spiteful, very conniving, very gossipy, very just ugh. So nothing that I wanted was working out. It wasn't until I quit my job and started working on my mental health and doing the things that I really enjoyed doing where everything started to manifest and I was creating the life that I wanted. So that's why I'm telling you, you have to work on your mental health. Like, you have to work on your mental health along with the other things like getting enough sleep. I know when I didn't get enough sleep because I be feeling sleepy. I feel unmotivated. I'm like negotiating with myself, like, well, maybe today we'll just take the day off. Well, one day won't hurt because I'm tired. It's because I'm tired. I have gotten on this camera and cried. Had a good cry. But when I reflect back on it, I think it's because I was sleepy. But do you get my point? Like, it's just, like, I'm not sitting here saying I don't be having things going on. I do. But when I'm sleepy, it's, like, harder to process it. Like, when you're just tired, it's just harder to process your emotions, at least for me. But when I have a good night's rest, I'm able to just think more logically. I'm able to create, be productive. I'm able to come up with better solutions to my problems. So, but I learned all of this through prioritizing my mental health. That's why I was never successful on any weight loss diet plan that I ever had in life because I never prioritized my mental health. It wasn't until I started prioritizing that where I literally got things to work out in my favor. You get what I'm saying? So, and as you heal yourself, as you heal your traumas, you start to only want to be around people who are positive. You start to be turned the fuck off from negative energy. Excuse my French, but it's true. Like, when people give you negative energy, when people toxic, when people don't have nothing that they working towards, like, you don't have nothing that you're working towards. Like, you gonna start looking at people like, so you don't even want to do a puzzle. Like, you don't have, seriously, like, there's nothing that you're working towards, like, literally nothing. Everything in your life is just perfect the way it is and you cool. That's gonna turn you off because you gonna only want to be around people who are trying to do something. They may not have the same goals as you, and that's fine. But they're working towards something. They might be working towards fixing their credit, or they might be working towards buying a house. They're working towards something. There is something that they don't have that they want, and they're working towards that. And those are the only people you're going to want to be around. You're not going to want to be around people who just complain about life and talk about what they can't do. If you're around that now, it's because you haven't fixed yourself. So you are cool with being around those type of people because you that type of person. But it doesn't have to stay that way, right? As you self-develop, go on your mental health journey, start healing your traumas and fixing your self-esteem. Like I tell you guys, confidence is key. You will start to be successful on all of the journeys that you want to do. All of the journeys. Every single one. But you got to get right up here. You got to get it right up here and in your heart. Here and here. Your soul has to be right. Like, you got to feel good. You've got to feel good. And I done told y'all, I done gone through some things, honey. I'm not sitting here saying my 4 years of entrepreneurship was bells and whistles and rainbows and unicorns and Skittles at the end of the rainbow. Because it wasn't, y'all. It was not. It was not at all. Like, I done hit a lot of bumps in the road. I told y'all my finances was not always where it needed to be. Sometimes I ain't even know how I was going to pay my rent, how I was going to pay my car, how I was going to do this, how I was going to do that. Like, I've been through some stuff these past 4 years. I'm not even talking about the shit I was going through before I quit my job. I'm just talking about from 30 to 34. I'm 34. So within those 4 years, like, I've been through some shit. But because I've worked on my mental health and because I do the things that I'm telling you guys to do, I'm able to stay locked in. I'm able to still feel good about myself. I'm able to realize that it always works out. And I'm able to realize that I can accomplish my goals. I'm not frantic and freaking out, you know. There have been times where I didn't know how I was going to pay my rent, and I was like, well, I still have money coming in. Worst case scenario, I get a motel. You know what I'm saying? Like, I literally would look at stuff like that because it's going to always be okay, is my point. Like, it's going to always be okay. But the old me, the unhealed me, the negative me would have just been, oh my God, what am I going to do? Life is over. Kill me now. Like, what am I going to do? Like, you feel me? You feel me? No, seriously. Like, seriously, I would have been acting like that. But now I be chill. I just be like, all right. Well, you know, like, it's a totally different approach to any problem that I have. And I don't sulk in negative energy. I might cry, release it, take a deep breath, and we're back to feeling good because I know it's going to work out. And I'm not going to let anything bring me down or anyone. So you got to work on that mental health, y'all. You have got to work on that mental health. I'm trying to think, like, if I was me listening to me right now, I would probably be thinking, that girl crazy. She just being dramatic. Yeah, right. I got real problems. Like, that's probably what I would say. But it's true, y'all. It really is true. Like, it really is the complete game changer. Like, it sounds so simple. It's a secret. Like, people don't know this. I didn't know this. I did not know this. It wasn't until I started mental health and going to counseling and then stuff just started showing up on my YouTube, and then I started watching some videos, and you know how it goes. And then I started doing what they were saying, and here we are. You got to feel good. You have got to keep your energy high. You have got to stay positive. I don't care what's going on. I don't care. You have to stay positive. And God gonna test you. He be testing me. He be like, all right, so you claim you positive. Let's see. And he'll throw something my way. And I'll be like, I know you got me. I know you got me. I already know you got me. Because you have always had me since I've been born. You know what I'm saying? It has always worked out. So this ain't nothing. And I also developed that mindset through working out too. Working out. Because there would be plenty of sets where I'm like, this, I don't know if I can do this. But then I'd be saying to myself, it's only 30 seconds. I done did harder shit. I done did burpees. I done did Bulgarian split squats. You know what I'm saying? I started thinking about all of the real hard things I've done. So then I'll approach a workout and I'll be like, I can do this. It's only an hour. It's only 2 hours. That ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? So you have to feel good. You have to keep yourself positive. You have to have high levels of energy to reach your goals. Like, it really is game changer. And once you change your mindset and just start looking at the glass as half full instead of half empty, like, just think about what could be worse. And another thing I saw on YouTube once, there are people who wish they had your problems that way. Like, there are people who really wish they had your problems because their problems are worse. So when I sit here and I might be in my head about, oh, my business didn't make this month, there are people who wish that they made what I made. So I correct it real quick. Yeah. Because, you know, we all want to achieve stuff and go to new levels. Like, I've told you I want to be worth $100 million one day. Like, you know, we all have these goals. So sometimes we'll allow ourselves to just get lost in what we want, like lost in the future, that we start to beat ourselves up about the right now. But it's like there are people who literally wish they had your problems. So that lets you know your problems are not as bad as you making. I don't care what's going on. There is somebody in this world who wishes they had your problem. Seriously, think about all the people in like these third world countries who don't even have clean water to drink. They wish they had your problems. There are people in this world who cannot walk. They wish they had your problems. So, once you start looking at it like that, you get out of your ego real quick, and that helps you stay positive, because it lets you realize, like, yeah, it feels bad right now, but it's really not as bad. Like, it may be uncomfortable. You may have to downgrade or do something that you don't want to do, but it could always be worse. And when you look at stuff like that, you're able to just feel good. But that's because you worked on your mindset, your mental health, keeping your energy high. So let me know what y'all think about these new videos that I've been pushing out. I'm really trying to get this YouTube right. The views are going up. The views are going up. I'm excited. I love cooking. I always liked cooking. So it's exciting to bring that back into my life, especially because I am trying to lose weight, and show you guys that being vegan is not boring. Like, people think being vegan is boring. You're going to feel deprived. Like, you know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. When I first was vegan back in 2017, after watching What the Health, like, I didn't know, like I said, I wasn't making none of the stuff that I was making, or back then, that I make today. Like, what? Huh? I didn't make none of this. So that's what I'm saying. Like, just showing you guys, even if you don't want to commit to being full-fledged vegan, like, just eating more plant-based meals is a total vibe. You're going to get your protein. You're not going to be malnourished. I'm strong as fuck. And I'm not sitting around eating 300 grams of protein. Never have. I'm not even eating 200 grams of protein. There are days where I don't even get 100 grams of protein. How is that possible? How is that possible, Jazz? Because I prioritize whole foods. Not the grocery store, but foods from the ground. Unprocessed foods. That's how it's possible. That's how it's possible. So, yeah. You guys want to see what we did yesterday? Click right here. I hope y'all enjoyed the car chat. I am going to go home, shower, and eat some more of the seafood dish that I made for you guys yesterday. And I will see y'all bright and early. Bye, y'all.